A lot of people do a lot of worries without any reason. There are so many people in the world who keep doing worrying all the time, and they feel that they are doing something worthwhile. The reality is that doing worry is actually a waste of time. It doesn't help anything. If you just keep worrying about any problem or situation, you can't help it. The reality is that it's just a waste of time. Instead of doing worrying, we should do things to solve the problems, so help in the situations which can get better results for us compared to anything we are doing. Instead of doing worrying, we should solve the problems and do things which can help the situation instead of doing worrying and wasting our time and energy. Still, there are a lot of people who keep doing worrying all the time. So there are ways to solve this problem. There are ways you can actually help yourself and get rid of all the worries of the world. First of all, you should keep yourself busy. Busy people don't have time enough to do a lot of worrying. So they are always busy in their work and doing something or the other all the time, and they remain happy compared to those people who have a lot of time to do worrying. It is often seen that people who are always busy don't have time for worrying actually, and they are happier also. And most of people who have a lot of time to spare are mostly unhappy because they keep thinking about negative things all the time, and they do unnecessary worrying all the time. Another good way to stop worrying is to appoint a certain time in the day for worrying of all kinds. For example, you are worried about a certain situation. For example, you're worried about a result of a certain exam, or you're worried about a certain meeting. Then just fix a certain time in the day. For example, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening for doing all kind of worry. So what happens that in the morning you feel fresh and do all kind of stuff, and when it comes time to do the worrying in the evening at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. you don't feel the need to do worry because you have lost the interest in doing worrying. This strategy works for a lot of people. It can work also for you. Many people live in the future or the past, so they either keep thinking about either the past or keep worrying about the future, which is a wrong thing to do. We should try to live in the present. If we are living in the present and trying to solve the problems of the current time, then we don't have enough time to do worrying about future consequences of any actions. It's very important to live in the present instead of thinking about the past or always worrying about the future. Many times we are faced with certain problems we can't solve or we can't help because of the nature of the problem. So in that case, we should not worry about the problems, because if we can't help a situation, we should not do worry, because it's not going to help us. In fact, it's just a waste of our time and energy if you are worrying about that problem. We should not feel tense about things we can't help, because there are some facts in the world which can't be helped, or there are some things in the world which can't be solved by anyone actually. So if things which are totally out of our control, we should not worry about that. We should not waste our energy on that. We should not get tense thinking about those problems. We should keep our brain full of positive thoughts. We should not let negative thoughts enter our mind. If we let negative thoughts into our mind, then what happens that we are always worried about one thing or the other. So important thing is to just keep your brain full of positive thoughts and let not any negative thought enter our brain. So using these ways, we can keep ourselves free of worries and free of tension or anxiety and lead a good and happy life.